Ciao, what is up, you guys? So I've been gone for over a month. I come back on Valentine's Day with a new hair color, ready to talk about relationships. Now that's how you make an entrance. So a little while back, I had a friend who wanted me to actually make a video giving dating advice on the YouTube channel because she thinks that I have good advice and that I can help her with her relationship. And frankly, I think you are delusional. Now, I'm not trying to insult her, okay? She's actually a pretty good friend of mine. It's just, asking me for dating advice is probably the dumbest thing anyone can really do. Any kind of advice that I really have to give to anyone is gonna be basic as fuck. So I thought instead I would tell you guys some of the things that I've experienced, whether it be me in a relationship or me witnessing another person's relationship. So without further ado, let's go. High school relationships are fucking bullshit. There are people who take these relationships way too seriously, and there are also people who are on the opposite side of the spectrum and don't treat them seriously enough. First of all, the first relationship you get, whether you're 14 or whether you're 18, is not going to be your last. People shouldn't be treating their first relationships like it's the last one they're ever gonna get. At the end of the day, if you guys ever break up, if anything ever happens, that's just gonna break you and it's gonna make the next person who you might end up dating just have a horrible time with you. And nobody wants that. So you guys shouldn't ever think of it like, oh, if I mess this relationship up, my whole life is gonna end. No. I've also gotta add that these aren't jokes. These relationships that you make in high school may not be your last ones, but they build you up for the ones that you're going to have for the rest of your life. Your first relationship is your first test. You want to study for it. You want to do good with this test so that when you get to the final exam, whoever you may marry, end up with, spend your life with, you want that to be amazing. Don't fuck it up. Don't treat it badly. Take it seriously enough, but also have that balance of not making it seem like this is the only test you're ever gonna take. One of the main concerns that my friend had before she started dating this guy was that she didn't want to ruin the friendship between them. Now let me tell you why that's so stupid. If you and this person liked each other enough to date each other, I don't see why you can't remain friends afterwards. If nobody cheated on anybody, I feel like it should be fine. Or like, if you really didn't piss this person off constantly, the relationship should be fine. So there shouldn't be any reason why two people who liked each other enough to date can't remain mutual friends. Like, sure, you might not be as close, but I don't see why you can't close the gap. There's no reason, unless you're being a dick about it and making it feel awkward on your own. And if you're one of those people who is dating their best friends, well, I guess you're gonna have to take the risk. Because dating is all about risk-taking. You have to make sure that you are willing to actually be with this person. Like, if you want to build your relationship, then you have to build your relationship. You have to physically work at it, and you have to realize that there can be risks. But that's the beauty of dating in high school. These risks don't matter because you're in fucking high school. Your whole life is ahead of you. You can make more friends, more best friends. Sure, at this moment you might think that this person is irreplaceable, but they're really fucking replaceable.
I'm sorry if I sound sick, by the way. I don't know why I sound sick.
Now, I know I might sound like a bit of an asshole because, yeah, I'm saying your friends are replaceable, yeah, your high school relationships don't really matter, but also keep in mind that I'm still thinking of it as like, you know, your high school relationships build you up for the relationships you make when you get older. But right now, the actual relationship itself, don't treat it like shit, but also realize that these aren't people who you're gonna be with forever. Your interests are gonna change, you're gonna go into different fields. That's just how life is, and it's all just an experience, and it's a great experience, which is why I always feel like if you're unsure about whether or not you're dating someone, ask yourself 3 simple questions. First of all, do you like this person? Second of all, does this person like you? And lastly, do you have time for a relationship? If you answered yes to all of these, go for it. If you answered no to one of these, don't go for it. And if you said I don't know to any of these, go fuck yourself and find out. Now, I used to think relationships were really complicated and they're really hard before I got into one. I'm not gonna say that they're really easy and that relationships are a breeze, because they're really not sometimes. But I also am not gonna say that they're really hard and really complicated and it's just a big ball of convoluted mess, because again, that's not it either. Now, I feel like the hardest part about a relationship, and the one that probably most people think about, is communication and collaboration. Now, I feel like collaborating is the easier part, because at that point you already know what the other party wants and you know what you want. You know, it's really just a matter of you talking, asking how the other person is feeling, and expressing how you feel sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna say that you gotta fucking announce that this bowl of cereal makes you really happy. I'm just gonna say that if you feel upset over something, express it. Tell them this. Like, don't hide it away from them. They want to know, they want to make things good, and I feel like that's a huge downfall on a lot of people's relationships. Now, the last point I really want to talk about doesn't really have a lesson that you can take away from it, but it's just something that I witness people doing at times, and it really pisses me the fuck off. Now, you know those people who are always gonna go,
Nobody likes me. No one ever has a crush on me because I'm just so ugly and fat.
despite the fact that this person may be the most beautiful, the most skinny, the most fit human you have ever seen, and multiple people have tried asking this person out, they don't care. They're going to continuously say that nobody likes them because they want sympathy from you. They want your pity, because apparently your affection isn't enough. The girl who I know who does this, she ended up actually dating a guy. Like, she actually ended up getting a guy to ask her out, and she actually accepted him. But do you know what the fuck happens afterwards? This bitch is flirting with every other guy, like all of his friends, every guy in her fucking eyesight, molesting every guy she can get her hands on, and just flirting, flipping her hair, going, I'm a girl, I've got titties, da-da-da. And it's just fucking, I don't know what's wrong with her, because she's still saying the same things and saying that nobody likes her, with her boyfriend right beside her. And I've never seen more sadness in someone's eyes than in that relationship. And fucking this girl, like, I was a friend of hers, like, I liked her, but then she acts like this, and it's like, man, you make it really hard for me to defend you. Why are you touching these guys more than you touch your boyfriend? Like, she literally said, ew, when he tried to hug her and give her affection. And it's like, yeah, I get it that some couples do that as a joke, but it's like, fucking, she did it all the time. She never hung out with him. And I heard from a friend that she ditched their 1-month anniversary so that she could hang out with friends at the same place that she was gonna hang out with her boyfriend. There's a little bit of a story and off topic on my part, but basically, just don't be an asshole. Don't do that. Like, if you have someone you're dating, acknowledge it. Don't pretend like they don't exist. And don't say shit like, oh, nobody likes me. Because someone obviously does if you're dating them. Like,
I just can't handle it when people do that. That's such an asshole thing to do. It's so disrespectful.
so that was my wisdom for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys took something out of it. And I hope you'll actually take me seriously. Because some of the shit I'm saying, I feel like it's pretty valid, you know? And if you don't agree with me, if you think that this girl's fucking 15, then no shit, you know, go ahead. Like, I don't care. It's cool. Just thought I'd share this opinion with you guys. Tell me if you have any opposing opinions in the comments down below, and I will hopefully see you next week. Probably not, but we'll see how things go. So yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on social media if you really miss me, and Coda.